Ahmad Al Najjar is a resident in Gaza. He joins us now from Al Mawasi. Good to have you with us. It's obviously not just techies who are suffering there in Gaza. People have been putting up with the recent storm combined with life under occupation. How much damage has that dealt to people and families there?
Well, unspeakable level of damage, Sammy, has been done just with the recent week of storm, which has been one of the harshest and hardest times the people of Gaza have spent over the past 2 years. And just talking about technology and how tech works in Gaza is inconvenient, given that the reality here is a primitive one. And at any minute, this interview could be shut down due to the loss of connection because just the clouds are blocking the sun. Because everyone's here dependent on solar panels right now in a time where every possible means and source of power have been cut off. But just looking at the level of damage and the level of devastation that had been caused to the people residing all across the Gaza Strip, looking at Al Mawasi here in the western parts of Khan Yunis, it's much more devastating, much more tragic for the people sheltering here, of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who have been pushed and concentrated here, sheltering in inadequate tents that had been exposed to the harshest conditions of weather, to relentless rains, to strong winds that literally destroyed thousands of these tents and left people homeless once again, homeless as they are already homeless, have been pushed outside from their homes, had their homes destroyed by the Israeli occupation strikes, and have been left enduring these harsh conditions once again here. And this is not just something new. People have been saying for over the past months that winter is coming, that winter is coming soon, and it's going to be harder this time because months ago there were more houses to reside in, but right now more devastation have been caused, more destruction to the people here, and the people have been left without the least basic sources for survival and enduring, to be able to endure these harsh conditions.
Ahmed, let me jump in and ask on that point, because we're supposedly supposed to be under a ceasefire, the terms of which is supposed to allow aid in. People clearly need shelter. We're still looking at pictures of people living in poor condition, tents in very poor condition. Are Israeli occupation authorities allowing in temporary shelter, more formidable structures or materials to rebuild homes rather than in these worn-out tents we're looking at?
Well, temperatures now are dropping. Temperatures are now significantly dropping, and it's extremely cold here, affecting people's life. It's harsh, and people are just looking for some grams of cooking gas to be able to have a source of heating. And just yesterday, 2 trucks were allowed to the Gaza Strip, while 60 trucks are supposed to enter every single day. For the past month, people have been following how aid have been restricted, how it's been drip by drop allowed by the occupation and has been blocked. So looking at this minimum necessity for survival and comparing it to the actual needs for sheltering, nothing has been actually entered so far. Thousands of sheltering trucks have been left siding and piled outside the borders, denied entry for a population who was already shelterless in these devastating conditions. And just looking at what exactly people are sheltering in, this is what people have been staying in over the past 2 years. Flat, almost as thin as a sheet of paper. How can these sheets of paper protect people from the harsh winds, from the strong rains that brought down entire buildings? And people are seeing the caravan and talking now about the prefabricated houses that have been blocked for months now. Since the January ceasefire, not a single caravan or a housing unit of these has been allowed to the Gaza Strip. They have been piling outside while people in inadequate shelters have watched their shelters, their tents being damaged and flooded completely just within a single week of storms and rain. So how can people expect to endure the upcoming months of this winter if these caravans remain a privilege they have to demand for, even under a ceasefire?
Right, and several children have died in the cold and wet conditions. What are families able to do, or aid agencies there, to protect kids?
They have nothing to do but to weep over the children and how miserable the situation is for them. We've been waking up over the past month for the sounds of people screaming and waking up suddenly horrified by the sound of Israeli strikes that targeted people inside tents. But with the current harsh and strong storms that showers on the people here inside the tents, you instantly wake up to hear people around you screaming and children crying because their roof, the fragile roof above their head, have been brought down on them, and they've been flooded with these rain and enduring these shivering cold. Just yesterday, another baby froze to death, died due to hypothermia here in Al Mawasi, in one of these 10. And this is just a single baby from thousands of newborn and thousands who are left without the basic needs of warmth, without the proper clothes, without the basic needs of heating and proper sheltering for them, as much more. Many more are expected to die with no sufficient and the flowing of needed supplies and warmth winter clothes so far.
Thank you for talking to us, Ahmad Al Najjar, a resident of Al Mawasi in Gaza.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.